vlog. I want to vlog at least maybe once a month, and so I was realizing that I haven't really vlogged in a while. So it is Monday morning. It is the beginning of my work day. I have my coffee in my teacher's rule mug, and I have some pumpkin spice creamer, which is just making my Monday wonderful. I had never bought pumpkin spice creamer before, and I didn't realize how much I was missing out. So this is where I live now. This is where I work from, is this corner. You can see my computer right there, and I spend a lot of time in this little corner because I teach online now. We are fully distance learning. If you don't know, I'm a 4th and 5th grade music teacher. So this distance learning thing is pretty weird for music, not gonna lie. It's very difficult, and we just take it one day at a time and we just do our best. But I cannot wait to actually go back to work in person. My husband is also a teacher, and he is teaching right in the other room right now. He has a class at this moment. So I don't know if you can hear him talking in the video, but you might be able to. So this is our life now, working from home. I don't hate it. I enjoy being at home and working and not having to drive anywhere. However, obviously my job is very difficult to actually do online, and so it's really a poor substitute for what it should be. So that part makes me really sad. But here we are, 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, teaching young children on the internet. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what books I'm reading this week. I'm hoping to be fairly productive because it is the end of September, and I do kind of want to make some progress on some things. My reading has slowed way down, and I think a big part of that is because I was reading some really big books. I got really stuck in Middlemarch by George Eliot, and it just really kind of put me in a slog. And while Words of Radiance isn't really putting me into a slog, I really enjoy reading it when I get a chance to. However, it is definitely very slow going for me. I'm not reading it super quickly because I want to absorb every little detail. And right now, I'm currently on page 954. I'm on chapter 79, and so I'm really excited to finish this soon. This is my priority read this week. I want to finish this hopefully maybe by like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. The next book that I'll be picking up after I finish Words of Radiance is, I'm going to be making some more progress in Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Wow, I butchered that completely. But I have finished part 1 of this book, and I am now going to be reading part 2 and 3. So I have a good little chunk that I need to read. I'm going to be doing a live stream for this on Danny's channel over at Spinelli Speaks. We are doing a read along for this, and I am in the live stream on October 3rd, I think is the date, pretty sure. So I need to do my reading for parts 2 and 3. It's so very dark and morbid and Russian, and it's just really good so far. The writing is fantastic. This translation is really good. And so I'm having a lot of fun reading this and then talking about it with all of the friends. And if all of that goes well, I do want to pick up Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. This is book 2 in the Farseer trilogy. And I got really behind on this one. This is actually a buddy read over on Michael Nip's Patreon, and I got way behind. I have read the prologue only and then just didn't make any more progress. So if those things are going well and I get those out of the way, then I do want to dive back into this. Maybe I can finish this in the last week and a half of September. We'll see. I don't feel like it would be too hard to do, but it is a fairly chunky book, but not as chunky as some of the books that I've been reading lately. So maybe we can power through this and then be caught up with the third book so that I can continue reading the third book in October with the Patreon. We'll see. So those are the books that I'm planning on reading this week. Hopefully it goes well, but right now I need to start my work day, do some lesson planning, and start my teaching for the day. Don't know how much reading I'll get done today because I also have to go run an errand after work. It shouldn't take too long though, but I have to go pick up some musical instruments that were in the repair shop so that I can distribute some more of them to my students and then they can use them for my classes. All right, enough procrastinating my Monday. I gotta hop on my computer and work, but I will update you later. Also, while I sit there and work, my pups sleep on this chair in solidarity. So they're my good little companions. Oh, Evelyn, are you a good friend? Dusty, are you a good friend? When you're awake? Maybe later. So it is later this evening. I made some pasta and chicken with like a cream sauce thing and basil and Parmesan cheese. And I'm excited because I've never tried this before. So hopefully everything came out okay. I made the chicken in my Instant Pot, and so I'm hoping it cooked properly because I haven't used the Instant Pot that much. So I'm not as familiar with it, but I'm excited. We also got some wine because pasta and wine go together. And we're just gonna pop on some Mr. Robot, which is an awesome show, by the way. If you are not familiar with it, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty intense. It's about hackers and it's insanity. So we are gonna have a little unwinding kind of dinner. Good morning. It is 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, and I'm in line for Starbucks because today I feel that is necessary. I have a super busy day. I have to go into work this morning, but then also make it back in time to teach my classes because I want to teach them at home because my internet is better at home, and I don't want to use the school internet, which is incredibly ironic because you would think that the school site would have good internet, but no, they don't. So I have to go deliver some instruments. See all my instruments? Yeah, they're taking up my entire car. I have to deliver them to different schools that I teach so that kids can pick them up and use them for my classes. So I'm gonna be like driving around like a fool this morning and then come back home, make the drive 30 minutes home to teach. So it's a little bit crazy today. But I did want to just update you because I read about 50 more pages of Words of Radiance. I'm on page 1,000, like exactly. So I have like 80-ish more pages to go. I contemplated just like staying up super late, but it was already really late and I knew that today was going to be busy and I didn't want to be like a total zombie. So I read until like 11 or so. So I got like 6 hours of sleep, which is pretty good for me. It's like my average amount of hours of sleep. That's like a full night of sleep for me. But I'm in the middle of like the climactic moment, of course, of Words of Radiance. And so all I want to do is read Words of Radiance right now, but I can't because my day is really busy. So I will probably only read tonight after my work day is over. So all I want to do is read today. It's so sad. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Hello, it is 7:30 at night, and I'm finally sitting down to read. It's been a long day. I worked a lot, did a lot of things. I worked like 10 or 11 hours, and then made dinner, which was really delicious. But, oh, and I also bathed my dog. My dog got a bath, the fluffy white one. So now I'm ready to read. It's been so long since I feel like I've picked up a book. So we're gonna finish Words of Radiance, I hope. That's the plan. But before we do that, can we just talk about something? I put aside my October TBR, even though I'm not technically doing monthly TBRs, but I still have some goals for October, of course. And can we just look at the stack for a second, because it's ridiculous. Those are the books that I want to read in October. But can we talk about how long each one of them is? Am I insane? I think I'm insane because I don't know what makes me think I can get through these giant books and that there's 5 of them. None of these books are under 600 pages. They're all at least like 700 or more. So I don't know what I'm thinking. But those are the books that I hope to read in October. So there you go, October TBR. I'm a mad woman. Actually, to be fair, I only need to read half of Oathbringer, but then also I need to read the other half of Crime and Punishment. So add Crime and Punishment to that stack, and then you have my TBR. Also, quick promo. Victober t-shirt. Can you see? Yeah. Victober is going to be happening soon, and I'm excited. And the only book that I'm planning on reading is Elizabeth Gaskell, Wives and Daughters, because it's pretty long, and I have only long books in October, so we'll see. We'll see. We will see. But first, let's finish Words of Radiance. I'm ready. I finished. It's late, and I'm tired, and I need to go to bed. But I just wanted to tell you that I finished, and it was so good. I love how Sanderson can give us a lot of answers that make his endings satisfying, while also building the story up at the same time to lead to more questions. He's like a master at that. And this book is even better than Way of Kings. No spoilers here, so I can't go into details too much in this vlog. But wow. I don't know how Oathbringer is gonna top this, because Words of Radiance, wow. This is only the second book that I've finished this month, but I think it's the best one that I've read all year. I think I can say that. We'll see how I feel at the end of the year after Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. But so far, Words of Radiance is the best book that I've read all year. That's crazy. Okay, I need to go to sleep. I'm just zonked out. I'm so tired. Okay, goodbye. Hello. Checking in. It is Wednesday. I just finished teaching. I have a saxophone. No, you cannot hear me play the saxophone because you don't want to. But I'm still getting over my Words of Radiance hangover, and then I want to start Crime and Punishment again and pick that up. So I'm really glad that I finished Words of Radiance already, because now I can pick up Crime and Punishment. Crime and Punishment. Guys, it was a long day. So maybe I can knock out my Crime and Punishment reading and then start Royal Assassin and maybe finish that in the end of September. I don't know. That's probably way too optimistic, but we'll see. But I can't really read right now because I also need to practice violin, because I am taking violin lessons. I have been taking violin lessons for a year, partly to be a better violin teacher, because I teach beginning students of all instruments, obviously. That's the saxophone. And so I've been taking violin lessons for about a year now, which is crazy. So I need to practice that. And then I haven't practiced flute in forever either, so I should do that. And then I should read. I don't know what makes me think I can have all these hobbies. It's not. It's not realistic. I'm insane. I'm also super tired. I need more coffee. Okay, bye. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. My day is just beginning. Last night, I attempted to read more Crime and Punishment, but I fell asleep on the couch at 9 o'clock p.m. I was very, very tired. So I read a chapter and a couple more pages of the next chapter. So I'm at the beginning of part 2 of this book. And I realized that I hadn't actually told you what this book is about. So this book is a murder story. So we have our character named Raskolnikov, and he has this whim to murder a lady. We don't know why, but he does it at the very beginning of the book. Not really a spoiler. And then the rest of the book, we figure out why he's murdering people and why this specific lady also. And it's also just about his descent into madness. So we're in his head a lot. He makes a lot of irrational decisions. And that's really all I know so far. And I probably didn't give you a great synopsis of that because I haven't read the book. So that's what I think it's about. I think it's more about the internal struggles of this guy who murdered a lady. But this is for a read-along also on Spinelli Speaks channel, and I'm going to be in the live show for that on October 3rd. So if you want to catch up, we're really still towards the beginning of the book. So actually part 2 and 3 are what we are discussing, and that'll put us about halfway through the book. Yeah. So I have a little chunk that I gotta get going on, but last night I just was so exhausted. But I slept a lot, many hours, and I should be fine now. Tonight I should be able to stay awake and read. Oh, unless I film. Shoot. Should I film a video? We'll figure that out later. But I'm eating a bowl of cereal. I gotta get to work soon. But just enjoying my morning, watching a few booktube videos while I eat my cereal. And happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. That's my favorite part about Thursday. I'm totally procrastinating right now, but do you want to see something that makes me sad? You see this adorable, innocent little puppy? Yeah, 2020 calendar, September. He thinks he's gonna go to school. He's even got his little hat on. He's got his apple to give to his teacher. He thinks he's gonna actually go to a school building, you know, make some friends, romp around with other puppies, have recess. No. This little puppy had no idea what was in store for 2020 and that you cannot go to school physically in 2020. You have to stay home forever. Look at that sadness. Sorry, little puppy. 2020 is just not your year. Hello, it is Friday. I've been kind of bad at vlogging. It's Friday at 3 o'clock. I'm almost done working. I still have some other things to do, but I'm done teaching. I was playing the clarinet today. You're gonna see me with a different instrument every time, every single day. I did read last night another chunk of Crime and Punishment, which this beginning of part 2 was a little bit hard to follow just because it's introducing a bunch of different characters, and it's also confusing because a lot of the characters have different names and nicknames and things like that. So they'll be talking about a character and I think I'm following, and then they'll use a different name, and then my brain goes, well, wait, is that the same character but just a different name, or is this a different character? So I feel like I need to write down all of the characters in Crime and Punishment and their nicknames so that I can follow who we're talking about when we have dialogue. So part 2 so far has been a lot of dialogue and introducing a bunch of characters and people who are talking to Raskolnikov. And it's been interesting so far, but it's a little bit hard to keep track of. So I need to maybe look at a synopsis of some kind to see who all the characters' names are and how many different names each character has so that I can keep track. But TJIF, I still need to do some email stuff and some planning for next week and put my clarinet away. And then I will be free. I don't know what we're totally planning on doing tonight. Probably just chilling out. All right, I better go finish some work and then we'll check in later and show you what we're up to this weekend. You are so ferocious. You're so ferocious. What do you... Don't rub yourself on dirt. Probably a worm. Hey, don't rub yourself on bugs. That's gross. Okay, whatever. Weird dog. I have such weird dogs. Hello, we are picking up Thai food. We have picked up some pad see ew and yellow curry and some fried wontons and headed back home to go consume it. We finished our work week. We survived another week. Julio, how are you doing in your new job? Let's interview you for a minute.
Okay, sure. How am I doing in my new job? It's awesome. It's amazing. It's frustrating at times, but it's rewarding. It's complicated. It's fun. I just turned in grades for progress report, so some kids are going to be surprised.
That they're failing?
Or that they're doing well. Yeah, I mean, we were just discussing this with students this year online, is that the same students that have always done well, they're still doing really well. It's not like all of a sudden they're going to do poorly, at least not from what I've seen. And same students that struggle in class in person are still struggling right now. So it's kind of a little of both. Yeah.
Do you have any kids that are failing your class?
Unfortunately, yes.
Always have those.
And there are so many opportunities to work through getting them caught up. And it's as simple as just even turning in one assignment. But
nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. And the assignments, I go easy on it. They just need to turn it in. It's practice for the quizzes and the tests are weighted pretty heavily, so they have to know their content. So if they do excellent in their homework, but they fail their test, they're not going to do too hot in the class. But if they never turn in an assignment, you can still pass by acing the quiz and getting like a C+, so you choose your poison.
There you go. So you heard it here, folks. If you take Julio's class, you choose your poison. Friday night, got our Thai food. Some pad see ew, wontons, curry. Ready to chow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to watch some more Mr. Robot because... Wait, how far are we in the season?
We're only on episode...
Oh, we're not far.
5.
Okay, so yeah, we're not very far. So we gotta get cracking on this. We're borrowing this season from our friend, so we need to give it back to him. Yeah. But yes, Mr. Robot. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning, which is a fantastic feeling. It's a little bit later this morning now, but I wanted to just update you on where I'm sitting with Crime and Punishment. So I finished part 2 of Crime and Punishment, so I still need to read part 3 and hoping to get a lot of that done today. But man, part 2 has just introduced so many more characters, and it has also given us a lot of insight into what's going on in his head. Now that he has committed the crime, we see him both come in and out of a sort of delirious state where he's aware of the crime sometimes, and then other times he kind of just blocks it out of his mind and thinks of himself as like a good person. And then he'll have moments, or he'll have a conversation with someone that brings the crime back to his mind. So it's just been so interesting because we see him kind of go in and out of this guilty and not guilty state where he can like sometimes justify himself and then sometimes he's horrified at himself. So just really enjoying this a lot. And sometimes the dialogue, I think I get a little bit lost in it because the way the dialogue is written is sometimes like a character will give like a sort of long speech, and when that happens, I've noticed that happens a lot in classics. Sometimes dialogue is written that way where a character will just kind of go on a little monologue. And I think maybe also it's because I have finished Words of Radiance last, and the dialogue in Words of Radiance is always very much like back and forth between different characters, and it's always engaging and fast-paced. So sometimes when a character just kind of goes off on a tangent and just has a really long speech for a couple pages, I don't enjoy those parts as much because my mind just kind of doesn't care, or like not doesn't care but doesn't grasp onto what they're saying, because it just feels like they're rambling. But other than that, I'm really enjoying all of like the internal insight that we get into Raskolnikov, and I'm looking forward to part 3. There's also been so many more crazy like dark things that happen to him that he observes around him in society, and just how the society around him is also really corrupt and how that bothers him. But obviously we know that he's committed this terrible crime, so he's also like corrupt on the inside too. I don't know. I have to put together my thoughts a little bit better before the live stream, but I also need to read part 3, and so we'll see what happens as we continue. But I'm just liking this a lot for the fall, and it's not like a spooky book necessarily, but it definitely has like October, Halloween, spooky vibes, which I just watched Katie Books. He just did a video on autumnal recommendations, and he put this on there, and I have to agree wholeheartedly. Today, I have most of the day kind of to myself. Julio's super busy today, and then tomorrow we're gonna probably spend time together and maybe go on an adventure or something, go somewhere. But today, I'm basically on my own because he has a work conference right now. He's over in the other room on his work conference, and then he also has a rehearsal the rest of the day with his band. I was mistaken. I thought they were performing this weekend, but they're actually just rehearsing, and I think the gig is next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. So they have like a set list of like 30 songs they have to learn, so he's very consumed by that right now. So today I'm kind of on my own, so I figured I would do a good chunk of reading, hopefully get maybe part 3 done here, maybe. And then I want to do some practicing, grocery shopping. I want to kind of get errands done today too. Of course, there's like a million things that I want to do, and I realize that I can't do them all in one day because I also want to like relax because it's the weekend. Psh, what's relaxing? I apparently don't know how to do that, but I want to do that. So I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us. But I think right now I will just kind of organize my day and decide what I want to do. I've also been contemplating my channel and like vlogging, because I know I can't do like a weekly vlog, and a monthly vlog seems sort of overwhelming to me. Like a monthly vlog would just be like I would have too much footage to look through and try to like shorten down. So instead, I'm thinking of doing this, and you can let me know what you think. But I think every month I'll choose a book to vlog, so that way I have like a theme to my vlog, you know, and it's not just like, here's a random week in my life, because I know some people like those kinds of vlogs, but other people find them really boring. So I kind of want to have a theme to my vlog. I think in October, what I've decided I'm going to do The Shining vlog, because I want to read it and watch the movie and see how they compare. So I think doing a reading vlog of The Shining would be really fun. It's actually our read-along, well, one of our read-alongs for Michael Nipp's Patreon, which I'm excited because I'm the one that recommended The Shining, so I'm really glad that the rest of the group wanted to read it also, because I was fully planning on reading it anyways. It's been on my list for a long time, and even like at the beginning of the year, I was basically planning to read The Shining in October. So I think that's what I'm going to do for October. I think I'm going to do The Shining vlog, and I'm excited about that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a monthly vlog, but I'm going to like pick a book and make that the theme of the vlog. I think that would be fun. I was also watching Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space this morning, and she did a September wrap-up and October TBR. And while I sort of swore off monthly TBRs, I think I'm changing my mind, and I think I want to copy her and do that style, because I usually only read between 3 to 5 books in a wrap-up, and so why not just tag on a TBR to that, because why not just kill 2 birds with 1 stone? So I think I'm going to totally copy her and do that also. So maybe I will film that video today so that I can get it up. I don't know. There's too many things I want to do today. They're all swimming around in my head. I'm going to sit down and maybe write a plan for my day. Hi. I must confess to you what I've done. I went grocery shopping, which is a perfectly responsible thing to do. However, I also went book shopping a little bit at my used bookstores. Now, I haven't talked about this much on my channel, but why not talk about it now? So I have made a pact with myself that for every half hour I exercise, I give myself $1 to buy books. And that was for a couple of reasons. One, it helps me to actually curb what I buy and be able to keep track of what I buy and how much money I'm spending on books. Also, it kind of helps me exercise, sort of, although sometimes I still don't want to exercise, but it is a little extra motivation to do that. So I had about $30 from exercise credit to myself, and I spent about $25 of that at a couple places. I went to Goodwill, and I also went to a local used bookstore that's attached to my library. So those are the books, and I bought a lot of them. Apparently, you can buy a lot of books for $25 when all the books are like $2 or 50 cents. So yeah, that happened. So that's what I did today so far. And I went grocery shopping, so I was also productive in that way. But I think I'll practice / put these books away / read. I have no idea how long Julio will be gone, but you know, I didn't want to be by myself. I wanted to go out today, and so I did. And this is what happens when I'm left alone. I buy books. I'm sure none of you can relate to this. Sarcasm. Also, funny story, when I went to the Goodwill, when I went to check out, I had maybe like 10 books, okay? Maybe like 10 books in my arms. And when I went to the counter, she was like, "Are you gonna read all these books?" And I felt so judged in that moment. And I just wanted to be like, "Lady, you ain't seen nothing yet." friends, I had a bit of a productive day. I need to be more productive, do some video stuff, and end this vlog here because I want to upload it tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this random week of September reading vlog following me around. I'd love to hear what you have been reading in September. I would love to know what you have been up to. Okay, bye. Love you all.